Peru, another person was killed and 10 others were injured in the southern city of Arequipa in the clashes at the Añashuayco Bridge, while protests continue all over the country. Belmarsh Tribunal on Julian Assange was held on Friday in Washington D.C. at the National Press Club, where the founder of WikiLeaks first premiered a video documenting U.S. war crimes in Iraq. Somalia's government and Al-Qaeda linked fighters claim more than 100 people killed in their deadliest battle since the beginning of the military offensive against the extremists. Hello, welcome to From the South. I'm Ana Marrero from the teleSUR headquarters in Caracas, Venezuela. We begin with the news. Stay with us. In Peru, one person was killed and 10 others were injured on Thursday in the southern city of Arequipa. Clashes at the Añashuayco Bridge, while protests continue all over the country. The Ombudsman's office regretted the loss and asked the Peruvian also added that 10 people were injured and taken to health care centers in the area. Protesters are taking place in several cities of the country following a call for national strike. The country's capital, Lima, dozens of people protest for the resignation of President Dina Boluarte and are met by police repression. Social movement from different parts of the world expressed on Friday their solidarity with the Peruvian demonstrators who have been repressed by the police and military forces, with at least 53 deaths counted. Various organizations in the region and in Europe have described the government headed by President Dina Boluarte as a dictatorship. From Cuba, the Red Scarves points out that the revolutionaries have the moral obligation to show solidarity with the Peruvian people. Also, the Catalan organization of Entre Pueblos expressed its support for the Peruvian protesters. For his part, Argentine lawyer, teachers, and popular militant Juan de Grabois sent strength to the Peruvian people in their struggle for dignity and total repudiation of the repressive government. On Thursday in Bolivia, the Department Court of Justice of La Paz ruled Luis Fernando Camacho, governor of Santa Cruz, also remain in pretrial detention. Judge Rosemary Pavon, who presided over the virtual appeal hearing, ratified Camacho's prevented detention, arguing that the former civil leader has a political and administrative power to obstruct the judicial and police investigation into the criminal charges against him. The prominent right-wing political awards trial on charges of terrorism for his participation in the 2018 coup d'etat against former President Evo Morales. On Thursday, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro received former Spanish President José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero in Caracas to dialogue about regional issues. The meeting addressed two issues: the start of talk with the opposition bloc of his country and the support of the Miraflores for the dialogue between the Colombian government and the National Liberation Army ELN guerrillas. During the meeting, Maduro supported the continuation of the talks with the political opposition to his government with the purpose of developing a true and open dialogue as a way to guarantee the national peace. The government of El Salvador reported more than 52 earthquakes have been reported in the west of the country in the last 5 days. According to reports presented by the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, the Central American country continues to suffer from seismic series between the Department of Japan and Santa Ana. In view of these authorities of civil protection, prevention, and mitigation of disaster, issued red alert in both cities given to the behavior of the seismic activity in the area. In turn, officials urged the population to comply with the security measures implemented by the agency. A strong earthquake was recorded in Argentina. According to the first information from the earthquake measurement centers, it reached 6.5 in the Richter scale. The earthquake's epicenter was in the town of Campogallo in the northeast of the province and almost 250 kilometers from the capital, Santiago del Estero. The movement was registered at 7 p.m. local time and it had depth 610 kilometers. For the time being, no material damage was reported and no strong aftershocks were felt in the area. The earthquake also occurred in Chile, Peru, Bolivia, and Paraguay. Let's take a very first break now, but remember you can now follow us on our TikTok account as teleSUR English, which you will be able to see news in different formats, news updates, and more. Stay tuned for more news. Welcome back to From the South. The Belmarsh Tribunal on Julian Assange was held on Friday in Washington, D.C. at the National Press Club, where the founder of WikiLeaks first premiered a video documenting U.S. war crimes in Iraq. The 17-member tribunal heard expert testimony from journalists, whistleblowers, lawyers, publishers, and parliamentarians on assaults to press freedom and the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, taking Julian Assange case as a cornerstone of the issue. The event was organized by the Progressive International in partnership with the WAU Holland Foundation. The Belmarsh Tribunal held its first face-to-face session at the London Convocation Hall in 2020 to judge the U.S. government for its crime against humanity in the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq and for the imprisonment of Julian Assange, who revealed such information. Linguist and activist Noam Chomsky, one of the speakers of the Belmarsh Tribunal, advocated for the release of the prisoner Julian Assange, stating that the espionage act under which he was being indicated does not belong as a self-proclaimed free and democratic society.
Our message for today is quite simple: free Julian Assange. Assange has been indicted under the Espionage Act. That's another shameful chapter in its sordid history from its origins. Should be stricken from the books. The act has no place in a free and democratic society. We should perhaps not be surprised that the act is now being used to punish the exercise of journalism, letting citizens know what is being done in their name. It's an unforgivable assault against the majesty of the state.
The U.S. Google's partner company Alphabet announced on Friday that a global plan to cut 12,000 jobs following a similar move by other tech giants. In an email sent to workers, Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai reported that the organization has decided to reduce its workforce by approximately 12,000 jobs of its 187,000 employees worldwide. The move comes at a day after Microsoft communicated its plan to lay off 10,000 workers in a coming month. Stockholm is seen a surgeon in serious crimes, including shooting and bombing, with city's police interim chief Mattias Andersson announcing that a special crisis group will be deployed to try to end the violence. Police records show that 4 shootings and 3 bombing occurred in the Swedish capital this week, with a total of 21 such incidents and 2 deaths since December 25, 2022. The violence is attributed to clashes between rival gang members, many of them young teams with disputes over drugs, market, or personal vendettas.
Our main priority in the Stockholm region is to break this cycle of violence. There's nothing more important than that right now. So, to bring an end to this, we have decided to establish a special organization to handle this entire conflict situation and to immediately and as quickly as possible bring an end to it.
This week, the shocking kidnapping of a woman in Murcia, Spain, where the highlight went viral. The images shows a man showing a woman in the trunk of a car and taking her away in front of numerous witnesses who recorded the incident. The event took place on the afternoon of December 22nd, but went viral in recent days. The assailants, who turned out to be the victim's brother, beat up her to stun her and then put her inside of the car. Only one of the many witnesses called the Special Operation Group agents, who managed to rescue the hostages after 36 hours, which includes several exchanges of gunfire. And on Thursday, the defense headquarters of the Donetsk People's Republic announced that the Russian forces have liberated the village of Klemkeshba. The founder of the one group said that the settlement had come under the control of Russian units, referring to the Klemkeshba as an important suburb of the city of Artemis, and adding that there are fierce battles around it. In the last few days, the Russian army has been advancing steadily towards Artemis. On Friday, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov asked the International Committee of the Red Cross to add a field lead in Ukraine. This Russian diplomat expressed this during a meeting with the president of the international entity, Maintan Poralik. Lavrov emphasized that his government's demand that the Red Cross act impartially on the Ukrainian issue, making use of its unique humanitarian mandate and recalling that Russia has always respected. The official said that the country appreciates the impartial and the politicized charters of the work of this organization. We have more news coming up after this final short break, so don't go away. Welcome back. Somalia's government and Al-Qaeda linked fighters both claimed more than 100 people were killed Friday in their deadliest battle since the government launched a major military offensive against the extremists in August. The government said 7 soldiers, including an officer from the day-lead U.S.-trained Dina Brigade, were killed in the intense attack, but asserted that the military remained in control of the base. Neither side claimed could be independently verified, but a Galkad resident told reporters that there was heavy gunfire exchange. Somalia's government declared total war against the extremist group Al-Shabaab last year. The group has thousands of fighters and has long held parts of central and southern Somalia. Gabon's Foreign Minister Michael Moussa Damo died on Friday after suffering a heart attack during a cabinet meeting. According to the government's brief statement, Moussa Damo, 62, an ally of President Ali Vagon Odimba, suffered a heart attack and died despite efforts by specialists to rescue him. A source close to the presidential palace said that Adamo had sat down at the start of the cabinet meeting and began to feel unwell. He was taken to a military hospital while unconscious, but died just after that midday. At least 145 passengers are reportedly missing after a motorized boat overloaded with goods and animals sank overnight in a river in the northwestern Democratic Republic of the Congo. Authorities said the boat was bounding for neighboring Republic of Congo when it capsized of Lulonga River on Tuesday night near the town of Basankusu. Ship week has seen thousands of deaths are all too common in remote areas of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where travel by road is sometimes impossible. Many boats are overloaded with goods and people who cannot swim. Rescue operations are extremely limited in remote parts of the country. In October, more than 40 people died in Congo River in Equator province in similar circumstances. The 16th Congress of Polisario From concluded on Friday after approving the election committee the final declaration, new proposed amendments to the Constitution, and the National Action Program. During the event, letters and recommendations were endorsed, including those addressed to the Sahrawi People's Liberation Army and the Sahrawi political prisoners, as well as allies and international organizations. Congressmen also approved the National Actions Program presented beforehand at the National Preliminary Conference, which includes key sectors such as the military, diplomatic, political, and the media. Palestine called on the United Nations and the international community to go beyond condemnation statements and take partial steps to stop Israeli crimes. In a meeting with members of the diplomatic mission in the country, Palestinian Foreign Minister Raida al-Maliki pointed out the situation in the occupied Palestinian territories, the bloody agenda and hateful rhetoric of the new Israeli government, as well as the ongoing aggressions by its armed forces and armed shelters militias against the Palestinian people. He added that the Palestinian people are paying a heavy price as a result of Israel's double standard and called on the international community to fulfill its responsibilities and put pressure on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to stop his illegal and unilateral measures. Palestinians demonstrated on Friday against the construction of an Israeli settlement spot in the village of Kalandia near the west bank of Ramallah.
This land, which covers an area of 150 dwells, belongs to the village of Kalandia and is very close to the airport and to the road connecting northwest Jerusalem and Ramallah. Any settlement outpost in this place is considered a very dangerous act that will affect the entire area. We have gathered today to stop any settlement activity in the area.
The Palestinian people remained rooted in this land and say to the Israeli occupation, you will not discourage us, push us back, remove us, or dislodge us from this land which we have inherited from our fathers and grandfathers.
On Friday, Syrian security forces announced the elimination of Muhammad Ali al-Shaguri, one of the leaders of the Daesh terrorist organization, in an operation carried out in al-Musarrif city in the western countryside. The security forces raided a base for Daesh near the preparatory school in another neighborhood of the city of al-Mushabid, killed al-Shaguri and two of his escorts. And with that story, we have come to the end of this news brief. You can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. You can also join us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram as well. For TeleSUR English and from the South, I'm Ana Marrero, and thank you for watching.